Hey guys, welcome to stage 2 video 3 of how to make your own music with DM Empire. And in this stage we're going to be looking into VST, VSTI, Midi and sound card. So first of all, sound card is an audio device which helps you cleanse your sound and give you a more crispier sound, a more professional sound. And what happened is they normally come in hardware, and you usually find them in almost every studio for vocal recording or instrument recording, cleansing the output coming out from an instrument or from the vocal, making it as crispy and as smooth as possible. Once you install FL Studio come with a kind of a software sound card, which is what's it called, Asio. It's called Asio, and it's found in you can easily find that by going to options, audio settings, and you'll find that Asio software right here. Normally yours should be set to the default. Probably it's going to be on your primary device, or if you already have a sound card, it goes to the sound card itself, or it should be on your speaker regardless of what speaker you have. But if you don't have it right here, you could go online and go to Asio for all, type that on Google and download it and then install it. It should come preset with your installation with FL Studio anyway. And if it doesn't come, you can just go to the website. You can just search it, you can do an online search for it, and basically from their website you could just download it. Say right here, the first result right here, and you just download it from here, from their website, and then you should be set to install it. So you just choose the English version or whatever language or whatever country you're coming from. Choose the language you're more comfortable with, and you install that. Once it's installed, refresh FL Studio, and it should be there. And what this does is it gives you a clearer and crispier sound. You can use the Asio for all version 2 or FL Studio Asio. I normally use the FL Studio Asio, this one, but also Asio for all is very good. It's very crispy, very top notch. I use any of those two because I have my sound card connected to it, so I'm using Asio. I'm using the FL Studio Asio. So basically, you can choose any of those two and it should work perfectly fine. You would tell the difference immediately. Your sound will come out more clearer and more crispier compared to what you already have. And then we go to MIDI. So if you have a MIDI keyboard or guitar, you can easily find it right here in the MIDI settings. And basically, once you connect it to your computer via VST, it's going to actually install that MIDI onto your computer. So once you connect, by the USB, once you connect your keyboard by the USB, it should install your MIDI onto your computer, and you will find it right here. And what you should do is just click on it and click enable. Once you find it right here, click on it, click enable, and just close it, and it will be functioning properly. If you don't see it right here, just refresh this. Give it a minute or two, refresh it again, and it should pop up right here if it's installed correctly. If it's not installed correctly, you might need to download the driver to your MIDI device and install it onto the computer to be able to use it. And once that's connected, the rest is easy. And VSTs and VSTIs are basically, they're either generators or effects. So VSTIs are instruments, so they're generators, virtual instruments that can be synths, kicks, claps, hi-hats. You just a different brand of instrument, totally from what is in FL Studio already. And the VST are generators, so effects to actually put onto FL Studio. They're more like add-on to FL Studio to give you a much broader sound library and effects library. So you can actually find some free VSTs on the website called VST Warehouse. So there's a website called VST Warehouse. And basically what that does is VST Warehouse will give you Just typing that up. So VST Warehouse actually gives you some instruments to practice with. Some of them are free, some of them might not be, but I don't know. It says they're free right here. That's what it says. So it says they're free, they should be free. So you can take their word for it, but don't take mine for it. Because you might find some instruments that they say they're for free and some might not be for free. But according to their website, they say it's free, so I give it a try. So these are examples of a VST. So it's a generator, effect generator, yeah, that you can use on your FL Studio. You can install it right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick I know T-Rex is not free, you have to buy that. But for tutorial sake, they said these ones are for free, so I take their word for it. Obviously I won't be liable to any any damages done to your computer if you're using all this. I would suggest you get them directly from the authentic website, but this is for educational purposes, so you guys can go ahead and try this out. So I'm just gonna select an instrument from this website. So I'll select something that I'm familiar with, that I know it's free. Just looking through the list. Find something that's free that I can actually install and use. Okay, perfect. I see something here that I'm familiar with. So this is G2G synthesizers. Um, I'll just click on it, load it up. I already have this one, so I'll just go and look for a different one from the list. Yeah, I have this already. So basically, I'm just gonna look for I'll pick a VST right here, VSTi right here, and install it onto my PC, and I show you how it works exactly. So I don't have this, so I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna just go download. It says window download. So I know some VSTs are for audio units are for Mac computers, but FL Studio can also be downloaded onto the Mac nowadays, and you can actually use a program called Wine, WINE, and it would adapt it automatically into your Mac PC. Okay, so now, oh, perfect. That took me from their website to the original G2G website, and that's perfect. So now I'm just gonna select. I'm gonna select an instrument from here. I have most of these. I'm looking for what I don't have, so I don't think I have these yet. So I'm gonna download this. I download that onto my computer. And I'll open it up. Apologies for the sounds that I'm getting from the computer. My keyboard seemed to be reinstalling itself. So I'll downloaded that already, and now I'm installing it. So I'm just gonna zip it and extract it to the desktop. Yeah, I got quite a bit of folder right here. So now it's already extracted to the desktop. And what I'm gonna do now is I basically need this DLL file right here. And I'm gonna go into my folder. Most of you should have your VST folder installed, because I'm using a, what's it called, 64-bit PC, so mine is gonna be in file, VSTi and VST instruments. But what I've done is I've actually moved my folder into an external instrument. So what you should just normally do is yours should be around here, and you should just drag it and drop it in here, and it should be in there. If you're using a 32-bit, you go to program file VST and plugins, and it should be there. If you don't find it right here, you can go to program files, image line. Just look, yeah, just pause that. Just give me a second to just get back up. How am I passing this? Give it a one more try. Image line right here. And if normally, yeah, the VST folder is not really found there. It should be an external folder anyway. You should find it right there in the VST folder. There should be a VST folder for you. So you copy and paste it into your VST folder. You just drag and drop. So VST plugins, you should just drag it from here and drop it into here, and automatically that's already there installed. If you install it, if you install the VSTi itself from an installer, just select the folder you want it to go to, your VST plugins folder, and it will go there. And to find what folder, actually, there's another easier way to find what folder your stuff is in. Basically, if you go to file, if you look right here, you find a folder, what folder your documents, your VSTs are installed in. So it says browser and extra folder search. So if your VST is installed in, look at mine is installed in extras in a D drive. So if yours should say C drive, probably program files and VST plugins. Whatever folder it says right there, just come to your computer. Come to your computer right here. If it's in the D drive, C drive, you go to C drive. Whatever, if it says program file right here, let me just slide this to the right a bit. If it says program files right here, you go to program files, and if it says VST folder, you come to VST plugins, and once you're at that last folder, like so, just drag it in there. Just drag it from your desktop in there, or whatever, wherever you're dragging it from, the download folder. So mine is in the D drive, and this is my D drive right here. So I'm gonna go to where it is. So mine is an extra VSTi, and that's my plugins folder right here. I have a bunch of plugins right here. So these are the type of plugins that I have. They're right here, listed right here. There's quite a bit that I just jumbled up and just put there together. So I'm just gonna drag this and drag it in here. So now that this is in here, I'm gonna go to my FL Studio, go to plugin database, I'll go to installed, I'll go to generator VST, and I have to look for it right here. GNR. So these are the G. See right here? It's right here. G2GNR 2010. I can find it right here. Yours should be right there too automatically. Just for sake that if it's not there, you can just easily do refresh plugin list. And what that does is, you can see right now it's scanning this folder for the plugins that I actually have installed or drag and dropped in there. If you can't find yours by the right, like I found mine, because it happens sometimes, you can just come and refresh plugin list. And I just wait for it to refresh. I have a couple of VSTs and VSTIs in there, so it will take a little while. But this is for a very in-depth scan, so that the people that can't find theirs, because I know sometimes it won't show up, so it's much better if I run the scan and actually make it more in-depth. So it's already giving me and I just click OK. Don't want to bother you too much information. So I'm gonna come back here, and what normally happens in the old FL Studio, once you run that scan, you're gonna click on the instrument and you should find an instrument right here itself. So if you can't find it right here, part of the list, right here, the easiest thing to do is come to the instrument, right click on it, and add to plugin database. So it's gonna ask you this, and you click yes. So once you've clicked yes, we should be able to now find it here. Look at it right there. It's now right here, GTG NR 2010. And that's a new plugin, new VSTi plugin installed. You can see, and it's working perfectly fine. It's working perfectly fine with my Midi keyboard. You understand? And basically, that's how to actually install a VSTi instrument. And also you can do that for the effects as well. Once the effects is installed, you can find it in your effects folder. Depending on how you do it, you should find it in your effects folder, and you just choose on VST. Fruity is the normal preset one. You choose your VST, and then you just find it right here. Once you find it right here, right click, add to plugin database, and once you've added to plugin database, you'll be able to put it in from here, because it's gonna be actually listed right here. And that's it, guys. That's actually how to install VSTi and VSTs, and also that's also about the MIDI part and the sound card. So you should change your sound card. Just a quick recap: you can change your sound card from the options tabs right here, audio settings, to Asio for all. I'll suggest you go for Asio for all, because I'm using this, and I'm actually sharing my audio device with so many softwares at the same time. So to not lag behind, I chose the other Asio option because it's much takes less energy than Asio for whole. But if you're just using FL Studio alone, I recommend you use Asio for all, and you can have that. And also, just a little tip on that is that you can have it set to auto close, so it takes less energy. Once you move away from the FL Studio software, it won't play any sound anymore. So let's just say, for example, I had this. Now that I click the auto close, I have this on play. I'm just clicking anything. You see that? It's playing right now. The moment I choose to come out of FL Studio and click on something else, it stops playing, and that saves energy from the computer. And I go back. The moment I go back, it's gonna load back up and play that again. And if I don't have it on auto close, for example, I leave it up like this playing, and I leave to another website, you see it's playing. So I suggest you put auto close on, just in case you're moving away from screen. But if you're not moving away from screen, you can just leave it like that. So that's basically your Asio for all and your MIDI device and VST and VSTIs. I hope you enjoy this, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. And if you have any questions, just make sure you comment below or send me an email, or get in touch with me on a weekly webinar, or if you're in a personal session with me, get with me in a personal session. All right, guys. See you later.